I'm Eileen Alexander. I was a nurse and now I'm a PhD student here at the University of Cincinnati's College of Medicine in Genetics and Statistics. Our families here at the Cincinnati Center for Eosinophilic Disorders at Cincinnati Children's Hospital want to know how often families that have one child with EE have another child with EE. So we have two studies to address this. One is the family risk study, and we found that in our families here in Cincinnati and who've been referred here to Cincinnati Children's, that about 3% of their siblings have eosinophilic esophagitis as well. Now, that's a lot higher than the background rate since EE is a rare disorder, but it's still only about 3%. So we're repeating that study now, and we're also going to look at siblings in our twin study. The second study is an EE with twin study, and we found that about 50% of the identical twins both have eosinophilic esophagitis, and about 40% of the non-identical twins both have eosinophilic esophagitis. So that's, again, a lot higher than what we saw in our siblings, and we're going to start looking at siblings of the twins. But we were really surprised that so many non-identical twins had EE. And so we're looking at reasons why that might be in terms of family environment, like food and other things around the home that families share, versus the things that they don't share. So we're looking at both the genetics and environment in our twin families. Dr. Martin?
Okay, my name is Dr. Lisa Martin, and I'm a statistical geneticist here at Cincinnati Children's. And the question that I was asked to answer is EE heritable? And so first let me define what heritability is. Heritability is a measure of the proportion of variation that can be explained by genetics over the total proportion of variation that we see. And so when we look at whether or not people have disease, can we partition into what is genetic and what is not genetic? And so heritability can range from 0 to 100%. What we expect is that EE is heritable, but also has non-genetic factors as well. As Eileen said, there may be family environment issues that we may be able to identify as well. And we know that EE is heritable because when we look at first-degree relatives of EE members, that they are at increased risk for EE. We have identified here at the center several pedigrees that have many affected individuals in it. And so those are great to help us begin to identify not only its genetic, but what are the genetic factors? And we have performed a genetic study where we're looking at specific variants in the DNA to see whether we can associate them with the presence of disease or not. And we have found in our first study that there are genes that are associated with EE. These, when we've done more detailed studies, do support a biological role for these genes in EE. Now, it's not saying that we could do a genetic test at this point to say this person has EE and this person doesn't, but it's really getting us to a region where we can better understand it. And so that is extremely helpful in understanding what EE, who might get EE, and what kind of treatments might we be able to develop to begin to ease the symptoms of EE. So that's it.